Right. So, welcome everyone to Thrivecast, Unlocking Your Full Potential. I'm Oscar. I'm an emotional fitness coach, and I help people embody their higher self so they can live their true purpose. With me today, I have Katarina Hanssens Carlsson. Please, Katarina, introduce yourself.
Thank you, Oscar. So, this is exactly what I do, access your true potential. It took me 20 years after becoming a teacher, a psychotherapist, it took me 20 years, and I didn't tolerate being not finding my true potential. So this is what I do. I help entrepreneurs find their true potential, and I help teachers find their brilliance so they can bring out the brilliance in schools globally. All right, so our topic today is how to access your true potential. So, my first question, Oscar, is what stops us from discovering our true potential?
Lovely. Well, I would say pain actually stops us from discovering our true potential. But not pain in the way that people think pain is, because pain and the unwillingness to face pain, particularly emotional pain, pain that how we're thinking, our everyday thoughts and our everyday emotions and our everyday interactions and what they're reminding us, that is what's stopping us to fulfill our true potential. Why? Because people don't understand that being with pain resolves pain.
Mm.
We have an idea in our society that pain is something bad, so we need to take away pain. Pain killers, you know? So when you take a painkiller, you're taking away, because pain is your body's natural way of showing you the way to where it is needed healing. That's the essence of pain. That's the reason why we have pain in the first place. It's like a signal to the very thing that will heal us. So when you take a painkiller, you're essentially stopping yourself from even acknowledging and understand. You're taking away the receptors to the memories, the feelings, the thoughts, the everything that ultimately holds the key to your healing, whatever that may be in your life. So you not acknowledging your pain in the present moment, not tomorrow, not yesterday, in the now, that stops you from fulfilling your full potential, because essentially everything is inside of you. You just need to direct your consciousness towards the pain that will then, little by little, resolve it, because you will get insights. Insights, you will see the inner you when you follow the thread into your mind. That's the point of all of this, right? And then we come into concepts like the inner saboteur that is desperate for you to not follow that pain, not looking at it, not understanding it in any way. So it tries every trick in the book there is to stop you from following that pain, to understand what truly is, what will liberate you, because there's a truth there, and the truth shall set you free. And you, Katarina.
Thank you, Oscar.
Yeah.
That was amazing. So, we love to be in our comfort zones. Absolutely, Oscar. And we repress pain because it's uncomfortable. and we don't want to admit it. So maybe we talk above it, or we maybe drink alcohol, or we find a way to run away from it. And that's the opposite of what we need to do. Because once you look at your pain and say, okay, this is a situation I cannot tolerate and I will not tolerate it. But this is what I'm feeling, this frustration, this anger. Look at it, because as you say, Oscar, it will take you, it will lead you to inspiration. It will lead you to action. And so pain is useful. But when you look at it, when you observe it, it starts to go away. Why? Because you start to resolve it. So I would say what stops us from discovering our true potential is not only that, it's also we've been dumbed down at schools. We have been dumbed down. So we go and we're at 98% creative brilliance, creative genius, Dr. George Land says, at the age of up to the age of 6 or 7. And we're and does this genius grow? No, it gets repressed. Why? Because our whole system is repressive. That's why. And our teachers run away from their pain. Not all teachers, but many teachers. So we're not being real. We're not saying, okay, we have 98% genius in our children. Let's expand that genius. Let's take it to the next place, to the next place, and create leaders. No, what we do is we dumb down children to at the age of 10, 30%, at the age of teenagers, 12%, which is horrendous, because that's when teenagers need to be at their peak. And then when they're adults, these same children, 2%. So that's one thing. Also, as Oscar said, our inner saboteur strategy. It will say, oh, no, Katarina, take a drink, watch a movie, do something else, but don't actually feel this frustration that you're feeling right now. No, you don't know. You deserve something better. Yes, I deserve something better. And it's to look at what's going on with me and to not necessarily change it, but look at it. What's the message my pain is saying to me? And that instigates change, which creates another emotion, which, as Oscar was saying to me before this discussion, is a polarity to that pain. And so your pain starts to disappear. So dare to face your pain and don't tolerate anything less than greatness in your life, I would say. Okay, next question. All right. So how can we ensure our success, Oscar?
Yeah. Well, ensure your success by keep on acknowledging and being present in your life with what is going on. That's the first thing, right? Because about pain, it's not like, oh, now I'm done. Now it goes away. Because as you do this process, pain will feel extraordinarily harsh. Pain can go to the degree that your body starts mutating and causing nuts and bolts and all of that, like hardness, right? So then you go to massage therapy to to start molding that thing that is there, right? So first, your pain is harsh. It's hard because to start is the most painful. Because when you start, you need to face uncertainty. So, and uncertainty is scary because you never done this ever. But when you do it, your body starts understanding it's not something to be scared of, and it will get easier and easier and easier. So pain just gets less and less and less, and it becomes almost so refined. So finally you're at the place where you just like, oh, there it is again, and oh, it's gone, because of your awareness, because of how things are clear. Now, as things become so more clear and clear, it starts become a state of mind that is a more neutral way of being. From that place, you have the capacity to bring in what is truly important for you. You start understanding the underlying essence of who you are and what is important to you. The thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, the values, the needs, everything like that, that you want to feel on a daily basis. And the actions that you love to produce out of those thoughts, feelings, needs, and values fulfilled. And as from that ground where you have a solid foundation that is no longer built upon untruths that was painful before, then you start developing something that starts invigorating your body, invigorating your mind with new ways of being that just feels great. And from that greatness, the potential inside of you just envelops, right? Because the natural genius that this children has, that Katarina talks about, it's not gone. It's not gone. It's there. It's just dumbed down. It's just put on a, it's pressed down because simply there was so much clutter there before. But as that clutter is done away with, then your potential naturally flows out. But it is about you really taking responsibility and acknowledging everything that is happening in the present moment. And if you can't do it at the moment, then at least write it down. You see, one of the reasons why our society even is progressing the ways it does is because information is documented. When we started to write down things absolutely exploded because we no longer needed to rely on the limited capacity of our memories. So writing down, recording, whatever it is, do it. Make a mind note so you don't forget, because you will be reminded again. Remind, right? It's almost like rewind. So, yes, that's what I would say. Katarina, what would you add?
Thank you, Oscar. So you're saying that pain, as we are become more and more successful, pain doesn't necessarily go away. In fact, it can actually increase. But our habits with pain can completely change. That's why people are very successful. They have the guts, they have the courage to face their pain and say, this is what I'm experiencing now. What is all this about? What is this pain telling me? It's telling me this. And you become more and more adept at doing that. So this is what leaders do. This is what the most successful people do. And I would say, how can we ensure our success? Most people fail. I mean, even small businesses fail. I mean, at least 50%. Now they're saying 68% of small businesses fail in the first 5 years. Why? Because we haven't looked at what's not working. We haven't looked at our sabotage strategy. We haven't looked at what is my false identity. Who am I being when I'm false? Because we all are. I'm not saying we're false all the time, but we have a false identity, right? And that's the inner saboteur identity. And once we look at that and say, this is who I am when I'm at my absolute worst. I play victim. I say, oh, poor me. I should do this and this and this. It's my friend's fault. It's this and this and the other. No, it's our responsibility. Whatever we created in our reality, it's ours. Own it, own it, own it. The saboteur will say, no, 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 it's,
It's them. Oh, it's
them.
so wrong.
Yes,
I
point your
can't
finger at
stand it.
them, but you're pointing four fingers at yourself. Hello. So, your false identity. Also, we have these terrible habits that, as Oscar was saying, take us away from pain. Okay, let's take a drug, or let's take alcohol, or let's take sex, or let's take a movie, or I mean, it's okay to escape now and again. Sometimes we have to do that just to escape, but not to repress or take away our feelings, because they are key. And we need to know, one, our false identity; two, our regular bad habit that actually disintegrates our life. It disturbs our life, all the D words, it destroys our life. And then see the impact of it. Does it affect our health? Of course. Our thoughts affect our health, as Oscar was saying. Also, does it affect our finances? Of course it does. Does it affect our work? Yes. Does it affect all of my relationships? Yes. So we need to look at our false identity, our bad habit, and reinvent ourselves, and continually reinvent ourselves. And when you do that, you ensure your success. Until your sabotage strategy comes up with another strategy. But don't forget, you become smarter and smarter than your sabotage strategy, and so you can ensure your success.
Yeah.
All
And the
right.
more you, exactly, and the more you become aware of like, oh, now I'm actually in pain. But in pain in the way of like, oh, someone said something to me and I got upset. That's pain.
Exactly.
And you have the capacity to hear, because the saboteur instantly say, it's their fault. Blame and then complain, right? You're in victimhood when
Yeah.
you blame and complain, because you're not taking responsibility for what you feel.
Yeah.
You, not them, you.
Yeah. Exactly. So, our next question: why is it worth the effort to unleash our true potential? I mean, it took me 20 years. Like, hello. But that is not, nobody needs to spend 20 years looking for their true potential and regaining their genius. They don't have to do that, those methods.
No.
So why is it worth it, Oscar, to unleash our true potential?
Because everything you ever want is to feel good in the now, whatever that means. You see, it's not about the future, it's about now. The juiciness, the greatness, the lovingness, the expansion, the joy, the exuberance, the beauty, all of that is essences that your soul yearns for, that your spirit thrives in, that God longs for you to feel, right? All of that is something that rejuvenates your body, strengthens your relationships, produces the most glorious results in your life when you are in those emotions, the state of flow, the state of, compassion and, elaborate refinement of emotion. It's just so joyful. One of the things, for instance, that they could sometimes say is like, no, actually, I think it is, what is her name? Oh, it stands still. I don't remember names. Anyway, she said this: people won't remember how you made them think. They will remember how you made them feel. Why? Because you want feelings. That's all you want.
Was that
You
Louise Hay, by
want
any
you
chance?
want beautiful sensations here and now, and your potential as that is embodied. You see, the thing is this: your body loves to move in alignment with beautiful, uplifting thoughts and emotions. And when you move your body, you're molding your body into the image of what the representation is of those emotions and thoughts. And so what happens is that an embodiment happens. So your body is solid, which means that your state of mind becomes permanent, not in a state of like, oh, everything is good. No, because you have moved your body in a way, you have molded it into it, because your body will contain those emotions and thoughts, and it will be ingrained in your energy field, and it will be the way you're existing from. And you will shine, and the world will change. And what else is there to ever want to experience? And your thoughts will become manifest. When people are thinking about law of attraction, that's what it is. Whatever you're longing for. Now, we're not talking necessarily materialistic things, but maybe they become materialistic things, because materialistic things in essence is just vibrations, it's collective vibrations that are very clear and that has been very ingrained in your mind, and then become manifest as a result of you really cultivating that inside of yourself. So you have everything to gain at embodying your full potential. What would you say, Katarina?
Well, I would say it was totally worth. I mean, I look back on the 20 years and I go, every day was worth it. Every day, like climbing that mountain and getting to the top and finding my core values, which are truth, greatness, and vision. And then refinding, unleashing my brilliance. Because I don't have to motivate myself. I am enthusiastic, which means that we are in God. In God I am. In Theo I am. So I don't have to motivate myself. So wouldn't it be wonderful for everyone if they didn't have to motivate themselves ever? They just naturally woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, started
It's a
working, and they
it's a
loved it.
Monday. I'm gonna work. Woohoo!
Yeah, exactly. And it's not about pushing yourself. It's a natural drive. And will you like, for example, I'm an entrepreneur. Do I like every aspect of my business? No, I don't. Honestly, I love the creative part. I love obviously speaking. I love creating videos. I love creating content. I love the consultations, the trainings, all of that. Now, do I really like IT? Not much, but I can use IT to a certain degree, and that much I like. But going deeper into IT, no. But there are other people who will do that because, and I will find them. Why? Because I'm enthusiastic. So if you want to be enthusiastic every single day, find your genius, retrieve it. As Oscar said, it's not gone. It just needs to be unleashed. And is it worth it? Absolutely. Why? Because it will, as Oscar says, it will rejuvenate you. Then you'll have a longer life and a happier life. So this is not just blah, blah, blah we're talking about. This is real science we're talking about. This is not new age blah, blah, blah. This is science, the science of thought, the science of using pain, the science of uncovering your inner saboteur's strategy and reinventing it. It is science and it works. And we need to be intelligent about using science properly. So is it worth it? Absolutely. All right. Any more to add, Oscar? We are
No.
very enthusiastic, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm completely done in a very
Done.
positive
Okay.
way.
All right, wonderful. So how do we contact you, Oscar?
You reach me through my website, realitydecoding.com, on my Facebook group, Live Your Purpose, and on my YouTube as Oscar Nygren. And you, Katarina, how do people get in touch with you?
Yes, the best way is Catherine Carlsson, Catherine with a K, Carlson with a C and two S's on LinkedIn. That's my favorite platform. So, what are we going to talk about next week? Next week, we are going to talk about change and why do we resist it? And having the courage to change.
Probably because we don't like the pain, but that's another thing. We take that later.
Exactly. So thank you for viewing and thank you for being with us, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Take care.